So hey loves, and welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to film and edit the beauty green screen effect like this, right? All on your mobile phone. So if you are interested, which I hope you are because I'm excited because this is fun, then you definitely do want to keep on watching. Alright, so hey loves, and welcome back to my channel again. In case you guys are seeing me for the first time, hi, welcome back. My name is Kelechi Mbemena, and like I said previously, in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to film and edit the beauty green screen effect. It's so amazing, it's super easy. I'm going to be showing you guys how to do all of that using just your mobile phone. Okay, so before we start, I do want to thank today's sponsor, Kinemaster. It is a pro video editing app for Android as well as iOS users. I'm going to be talking more about this app as well as showing you guys how to use this app to create amazing content for yourself. Either it's for YouTube or for Instagram, or for TikTok, or for Insta stories, everything. And yeah, I'm so excited. So now let's start off with this tutorial. Okay, so for all my beginner creators out there, I tried to simplify this entire tutorial by breaking it down into actionable sections. So that way it's easy for you guys to replicate as well as recreate in your own time. Or you can even repeat this whenever you feel like. So I'm going to be breaking this down into sections so that way it's easy for you guys to really understand. So now let's start off with how I filmed this video right here. And like I previously said, I'm going to break this down into sections. That way you guys can really understand and recreate at the same time. So for this video, there are 3 parts to it: the intro and the transition, the stop motion, as well as the outro. So before we even start filming, the first thing you want to do is to make sure that you have green screen on your phone, because again, it is a green screen effect. So what you want to do is to go over to Google, search for green screen, download it, and apply that onto your phone. So once you have that downloaded, go over to your gallery, select the picture over here, and enlarge that. You do want this to cover up the entire screen. You don't want that black bars to be showing, or you could let it show, but I like for it to cover up the entire screen. So just pinch and zoom, pinch and zoom, so that way it covers up the entire screen. Now this is what we're going to be working with. So now when filming the intro and the transition, all you need to do is to just come on, have a straight face, have a smiley face, just introduce yourself basically without saying anything, and swipe and place the phone directly in front of your face. Now when you're doing this, you do want to hold this down for a couple of seconds, preferably between 10 to 20, 30 seconds, so that way you have enough clips to work with. When you're done with that, just take it out and then transition. Now for transitioning, you can do whatever you like. You can either snap your finger, you can bend your head like I did, you can spin around, you could swipe up, you could swipe down, whatever makes it more comfortable and convenient for you. Again, so intro, show the phone, hold the phone, take it out, and then transition to whatever you want. So snap your hands, swipe it up, whatever is easy for you, okay? So that is going to be the first clip. Okay, so now the second part to filming is just filming the entire makeup transformation process. Now you can either do this either using stop motions or by creating short video clips like I did. So in this case, all you need to do is to make sure that you have the same facial expression and that you have the same background, you're not moving the camera, and start with the entire makeup process. So when you do your foundation, you take picture of it, you put on concealer, you take picture of it. You want to show the step-by-step process of your makeup application without showing a full video clip. Again, have the same facial expression, have the same background, don't move the camera, and you're good to go. Okay, so now the third step is the transition into the outro. Now remember, we did one transition at the beginning part. You always want to make sure that whatever transition you did, you're doing it again and you're transitioning into the outro with that. So in my case, because I bent my head, I'm going to bend my head and then show you guys the final look. So if you snapped your finger, you want to snap your finger again and show the final look. So that way, when you're editing, it is seamless and it transitions smoothly. Okay? Is that easy? So now to bring everything together to create that perfect masterpiece, we're going to be using Kinemaster. And again, like I said, this is a pro video editor for iOS as well as Android users. Now with this, you have options in terms of transitions, effects, music, sound effects. You have Chroma Keying. You can layer your clips, you can draw on it. Like, the features on this app is mind-blowing. So in case you guys don't have this app yet, all you need to do is to go over to your App Store or your Play Store, search for Kinemaster and download and install it. Amazing. So now that we've downloaded that onto our phones, I'm going to be showing you guys as well as walking you guys through the interface, what it looks like, as well as how to use it at the same time. So now let's go off and let the screen go in place. All right, so now let's get started. Now you do want to start by allowing access to your media, and this is what the welcome page looks like. So we're going to start editing, and I'm just going to show you guys what the interface looks like. Now, if you're using the free version, this is what it's going to look like. Now you're going to get some ad pop-ups. You're also going to have like watermarks on your video, and you're also not going to have access to the premium assets. Now, if you do upgrade to the premium version, you're going to have complete access to the premium assets, which has amazing effects, amazing transitions, amazing overlays, guys. This has over 1,000 assets that you can use in creating your content, like this amazing transition like this. You can use this for your vlog content, for your travel content, whatever content you're creating. Just simply download and that automatically installs to the app. You have overlays, amazing animations, motion elements like this that you can add to your makeup tutorials and kind of add that pop to it. If you're trying to create a YouTube intro like mine, this is what you can use to create that amazing intro. Again, you do have access to all of these amazing text, amazing fonts that you can add to elevate your content. You have access to music as well as sound effect. So again, it is limitless with the assets, and this is an advantage you get. So I'm going to show you guys what the premium version looks like, and now we can start with editing. So I'm going to start off by adding all the media files I'm going to be working with, and I do want to start off by editing the stop motion content, the stop motion videos that we created. I'm just going to add all of the clips that we filmed and we recorded. And to add your content, just simply tap on the video you want, and that automatically adds on to the timeline. So now I'm just making sure that I have added all the content, all the clips that I'm going to be working with, and that it is in the right sequential order. Now, if you want to add transition, just click on that plus button in between the two clips, and that would, the transition effect tab would pop up, and now you can add amazing transitions like this one that we just downloaded to this app, and this is what it looks like. But we're not going to be using the transition, so I'm just going to go ahead to close that up and start trimming my video clips. Now, to trim my video clips, all you need to do is to click on the clip that you want to trim and then drag either the end or the beginning and then trim that down to the exact spots that you're comfortable with. Now, I'm going to be doing that to the rest of the clips, and I'm trying to trim it down to at least 1 second, so that way it looks like a stop motion and that way it looks amazing. So I'm just going to go over it once again to make sure that everything is in sequential order and everything flows. Amazing. So now that we are done trimming this down, I'm going to go ahead to export this project, and I'm going to click on that top right button. Now with exporting, you have flexibility with controlling the quality of your content, but I like to keep it at high because I love my content to be at the best quality. And I'm going to export that now, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so now we're done with the first half, which is basically trimming down the stop motion or just clipping the stop motion together, so that way it's easy for you guys, especially if you are a beginner, so that way it's not so bulky and confusing. So now let's move on to the next step, which is basically putting all of these pieces, all of these clips, the intro, the stop motion, as well as the outro, and then applying the chroma key, adding some effect, adding some music, adding some color grading, basically going crazy with this. So I'm going to be showing you guys that. So now let's move on to the next phase. Alright, so now I'm going to create a new project, and I'm going to be using the 1x1 dimension because this is for Instagram. I'm going to start off by adding a background to the timeline to start editing with, and I'm going to click on this black one and I'm going to put that on my timeline right there. I'm going to stretch this out just to increase the length of the video, and I'm comfortable with it right here. Amazing. So next up, I'm going to click on that layer button, media, and then select my intro video and put that onto the timeline. Now I'm going to be stretching this out. With this, you do have the flexibility to transform it. You can expand it how you want, but I'm going to make sure that this fits my screen and make sure that it is centered at the same time. Now I want to make sure that you actually stretch that black background so that way everything covers the entire content. And because this is an Instagram content, I'm going to be removing the audio. So now you want to skim through your video clip and look for the frame before your phone was revealed, and for me that is right here, and that is where you want to import your second clip. So click on the media and select the video that we just exported. Now again, expand this so that way it fits the screen and make sure that it is centered. Alright, so because my stop motion file wasn't long enough, I'm going to go ahead to duplicate it and stretch it out so that way that green screen isn't showing anymore, right? I'm going to expand that. I'm going to click on that and drag it to the point where the green screen is out of frame. So now we're going to go ahead to add the chroma key. So select the file that we're going to be adding it onto, which is the green screen file. We're going to bring that forward so that way we can see exactly what we're doing. And then we're going to click on the chroma key and enable it, guys. Can you see what that does? That makes that green transparent. So that way we're now seeing the other layer underneath it. Now I'm going to go ahead to toggle these buttons just to make sure that I get that precise green coverage, and I don't want that green hue to show. So now I'm just kind of moving that down to make sure that everything is perfect. Amazing. Beautiful. So now I want to make sure that my head is centralized. I'm going to be going over to my stop motion files, bring that forward and align that so that way it is properly centered and it looks perfect while in my phone. Does that make sense? Beautiful. See how that looks aligned. Amazing. So now we're going to be trimming off this file to the point where I bent my neck, because again, this is the transition and I'm going to be transitioning into the third clip. So I'm going to go ahead to add the third clip and then also expand it and also trim it down to where I bent my neck, so that way everything flows and it transitions beautifully. So I'm going to go over to this trim scissors button and then trim to the left, and now this is what it looks like. You do want to take your time with this to make sure that everything flows. So be precise with your editing and your trimming, so that way everything looks professional. So now I'm just trimming down the extra parts that I want to add to this video. That is the outro, the final look, and just me having fun basically. So again, this is something you can freestyle when you're editing. Just pick out the clips that you want, trim it down, and you're good to go. Okay, so next up, I want to go ahead to color correct or color adjust my clips. I'm going to play around with the contrast, I'm going to play around with the vibrance, maybe even the highlights, and then apply to all. So whatever corrections or adjustments I had done to that clip is now on the other clips, basically all the clips on my timeline. You want to make sure that you don't have any audio on because we're going to be adding music to this content and you don't want your audio to interfere with the music. So take them down, take them out, or reduce it like I am doing right now. Okay, so now I'm going to be adding a little bit of animation to the beginning and the end of my clips. So just click on the in animation to the beginning part, and then with this you have tons of animations. You have fade in, you have pop, slide down, slide right, you have wipe left, wipe right. You have different animations you can add to your clips, but I'm just going to do the fade in because that looks a lot better for me. And then you can add like an overall animation to your entire clip, but I'm not going to be doing any of that crazy thing. Like I said, this is going to be very beginner friendly, so again, feel free to explore all of these. So again, I'm going to go ahead to my end part, to the end of my clips as well, and then put an out animation at the same time, and I want that to fade out. So it's going to fade in and fade out, so that way it's like a beautiful transition. Next up, we're going to be adding music just to add life to this content. I'm going to be sourcing the music that I want. I downloaded this actually. I'm going to be adding this to my timeline. Just click on the plus button, and then I want to make sure that this is aligned to the content that I've created. Again, make sure that this is the right music and make sure that it is amazing.
Okay, all right.
Alright, so lastly, I'm going to be branding my content. Now here you can add your name, your logo, whatever it is, and let's just play around with the handwriting. I feel like this is a very cool and fun tool. You can handwrite your name, you can change the color, you can reduce the size, you can place it wherever you want it to be. This is definitely fun, and something you can also do when editing is that you can actually write on it to create cool effects like this. And it's just amazing. The things you can do here are literally limitless. So I'm going to be just using the plain old text. I'm going to write my name, and I'm going to try as much as possible to keep this as simple as possible. So I'm going to be using a basic font because I want to keep it clean and easy. So maybe this Roboto thin, and increase the font size, place it exactly where I want it to be. And then I want to also reduce the opacity. With this, you can change the color if you want, but I'm gonna keep it like that. I'm gonna reduce the opacity a little bit just because I don't want my name to be distracting. And this is what we have. This is basically the entire look. Again, put the fade in and fade out. So everything just fades in and it looks beautiful, beautiful, amazing. So this is what we have. So now I'm going to be exporting this masterpiece. I'm going to be exporting it in the highest quality because I want this to give me the highest quality again. So let this load, and guys, we're done. This is the finished result.
Okay, all right.
And yeah guys, that is it. That is how to create the green screen effect for makeup or beauty tutorials. It is super easy, but at the same time super fun. So in case you guys don't have this app yet, I'll leave a link down in the description box so that you guys can check it out and get started with it. If you are a beginner, this is going to be the best option for you, trust me. Especially when it comes to the asset store, there are so many assets, there are so many transitions, effects, overlays that are available here that are not even available on my laptop editing application. It is crazy with the kind of options and flexibilities you have just literally on your mobile phone, right? I'm so mind blown that I cannot wait for you guys to try it out. Again, if you want more flexibility, do upgrade to the premium version. It is an investment you have to make to upgrade your video quality content and to really just take it to that level that I know that you want to reach. So yeah, I'll leave it down. In case you're not sure, you can definitely start off with the trial. You can do like the free version and until you get a hang of it. But yeah, you definitely can't go wrong with this. I hope this was helpful. I also hope this was fun and insightful and educative. Once again, thank you Kinemaster for partnering with me and helping me show you guys how to use this app as well. So in case you guys are new here, feel free to subscribe to my channel. It is totally free. Just click on the subscribe button right here. Check the description box for any details, any questions you might have. I'll leave everything down in the description box. In case you guys are new here, I do have other videos related to how to film on your mobile phone as well as how to edit beauty content on your laptop. Again, I'll leave it right here and right here, but I'll also leave it linked over here so you guys can check that out. Again, in case you guys are new here, feel free to subscribe to my channel. It is totally free, it's totally fun, and you would definitely not leave here without learning a thing or two. Also, feel free to check out these other videos that are also related to editing and filming on your mobile phone. I'm super excited for you guys to learn, and in case you guys are ready to learn, then you do want to get started with these ones. Let's go.